Please YouTube, what it do? Your boy Justice Shabazz back with another video. And I hate coming with these videos, you know what I'm saying? But I like to keep the people informed, let them know what's going on out here. And this is crazy. And you got people coming on my post. Now I know they racist because they got racist intent. Some of them may not be racist. I'm not saying all white people are racist, but they do straddle the fence when it comes to white privileges. But anyway, this video right here is exposing the racist views, the racism that's tearing the country apart. And this is in the police force, okay? I believe this is in California. So I'm gonna play the clip, let you guys hear it. Freedom of information, free speech, fair use, right? Okay, here we go. Police officers. Now I want to give a big shout out to my man, Dr. Rashard from Undisputable. I listen to him. He got a lot of good content, and he keeps people informed. Because, you know, some of these media news outlets is not going to play this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here we go.
Played in the chat, making up approximately a quarter of the entire Antioch Police Department. But the East
Rewind it.
Been made public. All right? So let's put it up. The text messages came to light on April 11th after an investigative report written by Contra Costa District Attorney, Senior Inspector Larry Wallace. There it is. The investigation identified how many cops? 17. 17 police officers participated in the chat, making up approximately a quarter of the entire Antioch Police Department. But the East Bay Times reports that 44 Antioch officers have gotten at least one message included in the investigation of the group. On Wednesday, April 12th, 17 of those officers have been placed on leave. Some have now resigned, and others are working on the force, but not in the roles that are public facing. So let's talk about the Antioch Police Chief, Dr. Stephen A. Ford. All right?
Black man.
For the past year, Antioch PD has been under federal and state criminal investigation for a wide range of offenses. It was during that investigation that the texts were actually discovered. Text excerpted in the reports from a second 14-page report emerged Friday, April 14th, reveal a pattern of officers using racial slurs to refer to African Americans and expressing both a desire to use violence against them and satisfaction in doing so. I'll bury that N-word in my fields. One cop says Sergeant Joshua Evans texted Officer Amiri. That was December 2020. And then you have another one in 2020. There was a text message to Officer Eric Arumbo. No, they didn't push it that far. Bunch of surrounding us and taunting a fight since we were hooking. And then there's another epithet. The report revealed the officers made jokes about falsifying police reports, which is violation of oath of office, a felony. It also included messages of them making fun of pictures of black men in the hospital, suffering injuries inflicted by other members of the department. They also admitted to discriminating while on duty. Officers Calvin Pareto and Andre Rodriguez message each other about targeting black people with traffic tickets. Make these N-words eat ish, read one of their messages. The messages, which weren't always limited to Antioch officers, sometimes show cops openly admitting to violating the constitutional rights of citizens. Since we don't have video, I sometimes just say people gave me a full confession when they didn't. Just filed easier. That's what Amiri texted an officer in Brentwood, another Contra Costa County city. That was April 2020. The Antioch City Council voted the following year to equip officers with body cameras. Other messages showed officers carrying out their express wishes for violence. In March 2021, Antioch officers were planning a raid to arrest a 22-year-old, Terrion Pugh and Trent Allen. One report document shows Officer Rumbo texting Detective Robert Gerber. Bro, I can't wait. 240, all of them, referring to using the non-lethal sponge rounds officers used during a raid. Days later, after the raid, that cop messaged another cop, "Bro, my foot hurts." Asked if he'd kicked one of the men. Rambo replied, "Yep, like a effing field goal," before adding, "Gotta stop kicking N-words in their head." The texting scandal dates all the way back to 2019. Put him up. Mayor Lamar Thorpe, infuriated by the text, called for a town hall meeting that got heated quickly. See, the mayor, an African-American man, said he was disgusted by what he learned about the text messages. The report showed that during a chat about Black Lives Matter, the demonstration in June 2020, Officer John Ramirez sent a text saying he'd buy a prime rib dinner at a steakhouse to an officer who used a 40-millimeter sponge bullet against the mayor of the city he works for. I'm blown away that there were threats to my personal life in those text messages. The mayor is calling all the officers featured in the investigation to be fired.
So what do you got to say now? Where are them Europeans that always come on my posts commenting, saying dumb shit like, "Oh, he deserved it," or "He should not have done criminal activity," whatever the case. In this situation, what do you got to say now? This is clear indication how racism infiltrated all these organizations. You know what I'm saying? From the ground up. But the higher up you go in these organizations, the more racist it is. Trust me. I work for New York State. The most racist entity ever I ever worked for, I ever endured. I never dealt with so much undermining, so much racism, discrimination, harassment, and I know it goes on with these officials. The safety officers in the Rochester Psychiatric Center are some of the most racist, hateful mutts out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it brief. That's all I got for this one. It's self-explanatory. The racism in this country is killing this country, and it's not the pandemic. It's not COVID-19. It's not all these plagues. It's racism is the underlying issue. They try to hide it around everything else, but racism is what's tearing this country apart. And until it gets under control, it's going to keep rearing its ugly head. So this is California, the story I'm telling y'all about, and it's dozens of police officers, people that's supposed to take oaths, people that's trusted to the community. And you see why people don't trust people don't trust police officers. Remember, the original cops, the slave patrols, they had the same type of badge. But are we surprised at this? This racism, these what they call them, race warriors, police department, race soldiers, trying to knock off certain people. But this is the mindset they have when they're trained. The mindset to keep your foot on the black man's neck, to keep pressure on the black man, woman, and child. Why are we such a threat to y'all? If y'all control all the banking, the economic, you control the farming system, the agriculture, aviation, why is black people so hated? Why you despise the black man so much? When you control everything, you have the power pretty much of everything. But still, you want to discriminate and hate a group of people because of the color of their skin. It's sad, but it's not going away. I have an idea, but I won't share it right now on YouTube. But I do have an idea, but we're not going to be on code for that anyway. So, but just had to come back with this video, let you guys know what's going on out here. And it's not just California. I mean, it got leaked, of course, but this goes on all over the world. You know what I mean? Because racism is global. White supremacy is a global tactic used to control the mass of people. Protons, electrons always cause explosions. Your boy Justice Shabazz. Have a beautiful day. You already know. More good content. Peace.